Who has 12 years and knows a lot about food? That would be our guest for this episode, Casecal Calcase.
He's an instructor of the culinary arts from the planet Ballateen, where the more ears you have, the higher your status.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
prepare to hear some spoilers about my upcoming memoir, Trellis and Me, that even I don't know yet.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome once again to the Hitchhikers and Appetizers podcast, coming to you from the illustrious Millyways, the restaurant at the end of the universe. I am, of course, Horatio Zinn. How could you mistake me for anyone else? I emanate through the speakers in some ways. I don't mean to. Some people call it seeping. I call it outreach. And, of course, we're here in booth 42 with... To call this being a co-host is not to give you the full history of our relationship. So I'm going to go ahead and hawk the book I've been writing, Trellis and Me, and you can read that. And they just anytime you listen to the show and I haven't introduced him properly, just find a little section in the book and read it to yourself aloud. And here he is, though. This is the real thing. This is not just a flat photo in a book. This is Trellis, Gardeen. Trellis, say hello to the people.
When did you start writing a book? And why have I not seen any notes on this?
I've been doing it in my mind.
I like the fact that my name is first. Trellis and Me
Yes.
makes so much more impact, if you will, than if it was Horatio and Me.
Although you haven't seen the cover, where Trellis and Me is much smaller than the author's name, Horatio Zinn, which is very large. Very large.
That I do not like.
Yeah, so some people think the title is Horatio Zinn, and then the author is Trellis and Me, someone named Trellis and Me.
Have you been working on your back of the book photo pose?
I have. I was thinking about working out, but I think Photoshop is probably the best way to go.
To slim, are you slim yourself or expand yourself?
Sudden toning. I think bigger but more defined. Bigger but more defined is what I'm looking for. So I'm looking. I want a picture with nunchucks. Stand there with sleeveless shirt and nunchucks.
You know, many authors do that pose where they put their hand up to their chin. Which chin do you want to put your hand on? Which one is the author chin?
That is a tough question. That's at least a two chin situation, I think.
Oh, both hands?
Well, the other chins might be jealous. It's hard to tell because I covered up my beard, so it's really hard to tell how the chins feel. Most of the complaints are muffled by the beard.
Well, I think you just abandon the whole idea of writing something and just make it a pop-up book.
Oh, that's fine too. I was thinking of just dolloping food onto pages of books and then let it dry and then justify it by writing captions underneath.
That could turn it into a abstract art book.
Oh, that takes it into a new category.
It could be on coffee tables around the universe.
Oh, that would be wonderful. It'd be wonderful. It's a wonderful gift. Just know in advance before you buy it. It's a wonderful gift. Go ahead and send the money, and we'll send the book to you eventually.
I think we should make it an advanced gift for our guest today.
Oh, that's a lovely idea. Hopefully, it won't make them run away in gratitude.
In gratitude? Well, do people actually run away in gratitude? I usually run away in fear.
I'm so thankful as they run away from a gift that they didn't want.
Gotcha. Well, let's introduce. Well, I don't have to introduce our guest because they could introduce themselves. Why don't you introduce yourself to our wonderful listeners?
I am Casecal Calcase, and I am just thrilled to be here with you. I would run to you with this book and then run away from you with the book back to you.
We are thrilled to have you here, especially
thrilled to have you, Cat.
Yes.
Case. Thrilled to
say
have
it correctly, Trellis. Let's start out on a good note.
I said Case.
You called him Kate or something like that.
I did not call him Kate. I called him Case. It's Casecal Calcase, correct?
Casecal Calcase, yes.
Would it be too familiar to call you Case, or would you call you Casecal?
If we had become intimate, then yes. Then it would be.
Do not become intimate with Horatio.
No.
Not in front of me, please. Oh.
Not unless you like a lot of sweat.
I love sweat.
Well, I'm here for you then.
I'd be like a slipping slide.
Ooh.
A slippy slip inside that's on rocks. Like
Slip inside. Ooh.
Don't slip inside. That's a whole other thing.
no. Ooh.
Yes, that's a different thing. That's
Slip inside. Slip inside. Inside.
they have whole parks for that on Eroticon, on the Eroticon planet.
6.
Eroticon
Yeah, no kidding.
6.
Ooh.
So, Case,
Ooh.
what brings you to the booth? I should say Millyways. What brings you to Millyways?
Well, as I was doing a demonstration as the instructor of culinary arts, I was doing a demonstration, and I heard you, and I said, I'm going over there because I thought there was a free book.
Oh, well, for you, you'll get a free book. We'll give you a free book
Yes.
if you're a guest.
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled at the idea.
Were you intrigued by the fact that Horatio was going to just put sauces and dollops of other pieces of food into the book? Is that what caught your attention? And
When I hear food mentioned, of course, I'm like, ears up, let's pay attention, and
all 12? All 12 of the ears go up?
All 12
all
years?
of them. Well, not the lazy ear.
Oh, the
That
lazy ear.
one is flaccid.
Yes. It's adorable.
I can see the one just kind of off in its own direction while the others are all very intently pointed towards us and our conversation.
Everything you say is important. Both of you.
Oh.
Equally important.
You hear that, Trellis? Equally important. Equally.
I disagree. Well, can I get more ears listening to me than are listening to Horatio?
They're listening to you now.
They're very lovely. Is there an evolutionary reason on your planet, I guess I should first say, does everyone on your planet have 12 ears?
On the planet of Ballateen, your ears represent your status.
Ooh.
Your status?
Yes.
You said your status.
Yes.
I thought we said palace, and that's something totally different.
Ooh,
Your ears
well.
represent your status.
Ooh, Horatio, you go there yet again. I'll
do.
slip inside with my phallus.
Stop hitting on Case.
I'm not trying to. I can't help it. I didn't mean to turn you on.
I feel you're both equally attractive.
Oh,
Well, that is incorrect.
that would upset
I am
Trellis
far
right
better
off.
looking. I am far better looking than Horatio. I have not had all this work done on me so that Horatio could just roll in here, literally, to take the focus and spotlight off of me.
You can tell he's upset. Look at his mood skin. Look at his mood skin, just flashing all these different colors.
Oh,
It's a little
Little bit of that.
annoyed.
Is that what is that?
Trellis, you pull me in with your colors.
Now you said status. You said the number of ears is related to status. Does that
I
mean
did.
you can grow more ears and therefore raise your status?
Yes, of course.
Oh,
The higher ranking in society that you become, the more ears you get.
how wonderful! Now,
They give them to you, so you get the status and then the ears, or you get the ears and then the status. Which is it?
or do you grow the ears yourself?
You grow the ears.
I thought
These
so,
aren't like
Trellis.
medals that you just somebody's going to pin on your lapel. We're talking about growing your own ears.
Oh, wonderful.
You could die from it though.
Oh! How could you die?
Well, murder. You could fall down some large objects. Poison's a way to die. Old age. You die from a lot of different reasons.
Well, that's kind of like all regular stuff. I thought there was some sort of maybe jealousy component when you reach a certain stage with your Bon Jovi
that would be
that could
cheeky.
incur somebody's jealousy and then hence their wrath.
That would be way more interesting than what I was saying.
Yeah, those were just kind of run-of-the-mill things that happen to anybody.
Right. You could die though. That's the point.
I could die getting out of the booth and tripping on my way to the bathroom.
Oh, that would make my book sell so much better. I'm sorry, I just thought of that. I was just thinking.
Surprise ending.
Also, the tour, I could manufacture tears.
Well, at least put it at the last chapter.
Oh yes, that's good. Don't say the.
I want to make sure I'm in the whole book. With that Case, does that sound fair? I'm at least in the whole book. Save my death for the final chapter.
I think every page, and I love the idea of a surprise death. There's something about that that's mysterious and provocative.
Yes, especially.
Can I tell the people?
Go right ahead.
Ooh, options.
Options, yes.
I am attracted to both of you now more than ever before.
Oh, this is. I feel like buying flowers for the booth or something.
But more me, right? But more me.
I'm attracted to you more until I see Horatio.
Yes.
and then I'm attracted to him equally.
Well, and there's so much of me to see that I'm going to creep into your visage, even if you don't want me to.
Yes, yes.
As the service I provide.
You don't even need your peripheral vision to catch any of him.
No.
I mean, I'm kind of over here on your edge. What I'm assuming is the edge of your peripheral vision. But Horatio is just, it's like he's there.
He's everywhere. Omnipresent.
I could be behind you and you'd still see me.
I could smell you.
Yes, you could. I am aromatic.
That alone should put me ahead of him. I mean, it's like a combination of sauces that have gone stale and have been out for far too long.
Sauces that have aged well is what you mean.
Now you're a professor of the culinary arts, Case. So doesn't any of that kind of offend your instructor sensibilities?
Sauces are meant to be used, and what I see from Horatio is used sauces.
Yes.
And from you, I see protein Trellis.
Protein.
Yes.
Yes, like a
Healthy.
Oh.
Building block. I'm the building block.
Yes.
You are the building block, and Horatio is the sauce that covers you.
Oh. Then I would smother him, and that's how he dies. That's how he dies.
Ew.
I smother him
Yes.
like a sauce.
In sauce or with you?
Oh, I am.
Covered
He
in
said
sauce.
that I am the sauce. In this case, aren't I the sauce? I'm the sauce.
Yes, you are the sauce. He is the protein. You go on top of him until he suffocates.
Yes. Spoiler alert. That's how he ends. How it ends.
Spoilers! Spoiler alert! Oh.
What kind of dish do you think that you could make out of us? If you were looking at us right now,
Oh.
if you had to come up with a menu, what are some of the options
Well,
that you could, with me as a protein base, Horatio has various sauces. What comes to mind?
I think a Larkfire lollipop just as a starter, like an amuse bouche type of like. I need to awaken your palate. And the easiest way, of course, is some type of lollipop. I mean, it's you have it in your hand, and you can lick or suck or chew if you so choose to, and get your mouth moving. Moving on to something light and yet full of brightness, like
Now, if for brightness, then are you thinking my mood skin's coming into play then?
mood skin soup.
Oh,
I that rolls off the tongue.
Oh, you never know from which spoonful what it's going to taste like. Each spoonful is different. Oh.
It's like a kaleidoscope in your mouth. Every time you twist and turn, it turns into a different combination of flavors.
Oh, that.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been called that before. A kaleidoscope, like a kaleidoscope in your mouth. Not the first time I've heard that.
How often are you in other beings' mouths?
You don't want to know, but a lot.
This is something
a
I
lot
did
more
not
than
know
you would.
about. This
A
is something
lot more than you think.
This is something I did not know about you, is that you spend time in other beings' mouths.
Well, Case can read me. He can tell. Clearly, he can
can.
tell. You are an
I
artist.
can read
and-
you like a book inside Horatio's mind.
Oh no! So you got an advanced copy of the book, in other words.
that you haven't even written yet. So that's even more impressive. The book is clearly writing itself in Case's head.
I know about the spoiler.
Well, and you're getting the better version. You're getting the better version because the book in my
Did
head.
you say there's a spoiler?
What?
Did you say there's a spoiler?
Yes, I was alerted of a spoiler.
What is it? I wonder if I know about that yet. They say that the book inside your mind is always better than the book that you write. So you're getting a really wonderful book right now. Is what I would assume. Much better than what's going to be published.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm glad.
Yes,
I'm glad to be here for that.
it's wonderful. And the spoiler. Oh, I wonder if I'll pick that out.
If I told you though, it'd be me writing the book, and that is immoral.
Oh,
I would lose years for that.
It's immoral. It's on your world. So writing someone else's book is immoral.
Oh yes.
So you don't have ghostwriters on
yes.
your planet.
We don't have ghosts.
Oh, what?
But are all biographies or autobiographies then?
Everything is written by the person writing it.
Yes.
Oh, so you don't. You never speak for anyone else. It's one of those words you don't speak for anyone else. You only speak for yourself and write for yourself.
Only the performers do that.
Oh, like actors and such, working from a script.
Yes.
So it's allowed to pretend
they-
to be someone else saying their words, but
You
not.
can pretend to be someone else as long as someone else is speaking for you.
Oh, that almost makes sense to me. My brain hurts a little bit from that.
Think about it as if somebody's moving their mouth and no words are coming out of that person's mouth.
Yes.
Yet there's someone else hiding behind a bush speaking for that person who's up on stage pretending to speak.
That sounds wonderful and not confusing at all.
You must be really entranced with Case's theater performances.
Well, and also the book. We share this literary connection, Trellis. We share.
Is there a connection? Is there content being transferred right in front of me right now that I can't see, Case?
I just learned something new.
Oh,
What?
Oh, see, my ears act more than just a way to hear things. I sense things. I feel things. It's a way for me to
twitching.
Those ears have a lot of hair in them, so I gotta believe that yes, you're sensing.
each hair follicle penetrates the person around me. I have been inside both of you.
Is that what I felt earlier? That's gross. That is just. Ugh.
Trellis,
Ugh.
don't be rude. Don't be rude.
I thought it was just a shiver going down my spine, but well, if you want him to put his ear hair all over you, that's fine.
Oh no, I don't
Look
want
at-
that. I just thought it was.
Look at my
rude.
ears. They are clean, smooth.
Yes.
The only hair that is on me is the hair that I wanted on me. Everything else has been removed.
Ooh.
Didn't you have two noses at one time because you couldn't decide which one you liked better?
Well, I mean, one was taped on there just so I could have them next to each other.
Oh yes, I was just trying to remember. I couldn't remember if that was a hallucination or if that really happened.
It was a compare and contrast situation.
I'm interested in your. Go right ahead. I'm sorry if you had something.
I still want to know what main course I am.
Oh! You're
All
on the
about it's
Huton
all
steak.
about you.
Oh wait,
Huton.
a what steak?
Huton steak. Some of the
Huton.
best steak on Ballateen. And
Huton
I like the
steak?
sound of
covered
that.
in steak.
Is it a
Like a-
two-ton steak? It's a huge steak.
It's a huge steak.
Oh, that sounds.
And people could die from this steak.
Oh,
Oh,
wow!
no.
How?
Yes.
Because it tastes so good.
They could be hit by a truck. They're looking at the steak and they're like, oh. They walk out and they get hit by some kind of moving object or animals. Something could fall on their head while they're looking at the steak.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit of a distraction steak. Distraction.
So I'm hip. You're saying I'm
It is.
hypnotic. I have a hypnotic effect on people. I like this. I like this a lot.
You pull people in.
You're distracting, if nothing else, Trellis.
And with the Horatio sauce on top of you, you are divine.
Oh, and smothered. But the thing is, with the Horatio sauce, you won't see all the work that's been done. That's the only problem. Unless the Horatio sauce is like a crystal gravy kind of thing.
Oh,
You can see
clear.
through. Yes.
So you don't know the sauce is on the Wutan steak.
Yes.
Yeah,
you just
you
know there's
taste
something
it.
there.
Until you take your first bite.
Yes. Then when Trellis cries out, you know that you bitten into
Yes.
them.
Yes, his tears are like a song that pulls you in for more.
Tears. I think the tears would be like self-basting, right?
Oh,
I'd
yes.
be producing. Has a steak ever produced its own sauce? That's what I'd be doing.
That's a good point.
Ooh, like you're a marinade of sort.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm gonna write that. Trellis is the. No, am I the marinade or is he the marinade?
If,
No, he's the protein. I'm the sauce. So would you put
and
the?
I am the person who consumes you both.
Oh,
I think I see where this is headed now. You guys, you're not eating each other, are you?
Oh no. Well, if like an ear falls off, that's of course anybody can have one.
waste not, want
Ear.
not. Waste
Right.
not, want not. Yes.
Exactly. You respect food. You expect to respect ears as well because it's a sign of respect. I mean, it's a level of status. So if, for example, somebody with 41 ears loses an ear, you want to eat that ear.
Oh,
It's
yes.
consuming status.
Yes.
Ha
Oh, consuming status. That's wonderful.
Does that ever cause the person who consumed it to grow an ear?
Yes, it is another way to get an ear, which could elevate your status by eating the ear of somebody else who's losing the status. It's a balance of power.
Is it now? They have to fall off, or could they, Could
Oh, you
someone
could cut them
take
off.
an ear
Yes.
from someone?
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, yes.
You
yes.
can cut one off? You just run up and cut one off?
You rip it off, cut it off, bite it off. Yes. Constantly on Ballateen, you have to be aware that someone is going to take one of your ears.
Well, I think for my own protection, if I were on Ballateen and I lived there, and I wanted to maintain myself, I think I would probably put a few decoy ears on, just to make sure if anyone tried to grab one, they're getting the wrong one. Probably a little bigger than the rest of them, more inviting looking. Someone wants to take it, they pull it off. Ha! It's like like in nature, some animals' tails detach so the animal can escape to safety. Same concept.
Yes. Well, that is highly immoral, once again.
Oh!
To
Way to go, Trellis.
fake your own status, putting ears on for the sake of putting ears on.
Oh.
Well, it's not. I'm not doing it to get status. I mean, I would still absolutely keep the status I have, just to keep someone from taking my status, though. Like if I came in a situation where it was time to count up the ears to see who's got the higher status, I'd be like, hey, this ear here, this ear here, this ear here, just there for show and safety purposes, not for status purposes. So I wouldn't try to be taking other people's status, but I'd be having a few on there just to keep my status.
Would you tell them which ones are real and which ones aren't?
Ooh.
Well, then they would know which one to take. So I got to leave some mystery, right?
Mystery.
Just like the translucent glaze upon which you were going to be putting on my steak.
Yeah, ooh, yes.
Surprise ending for the steak, surprise ending for the ear, and surprise ending for the book.
Oh, that's true. Although now I may have to change the ending for the book now that we've been talking about it.
Case didn't say what it was.
Oh, that's
He
true.
said
That's
there's a
true.
surprise ending.
That's true. I'm just assuming I know at this point.
And I know now.
You know. Everyone but you knows. You know. Everyone but Trellis knows.
Case, is it a page turner?
It is when you turn the page.
You can't be a page turner if you can't turn the page. That's what I want to make that one.
There would just be a page. It wouldn't even be a book. Be like, look at my
It's a
page.
pamphlet.
I wrote a page.
So a memo, perhaps?
Ooh, yes, like a tiny one. Stick to remind you of other things.
I think that would be a wonderful blurb for a book. Is the pages were not difficult to turn. That would be good.
That would pull me in because
Yes,
I'd be
that-
like,
well-
"Oh, I could turn some pages."
And you know that you're going to be getting to the next page very easily. It's not going to be a struggle to read the book. Unless, of course, your reading skills. That's a whole other thing. Dexterity and being able to read, two different things.
It would cut down on production costs, for sure.
Yes.
yes.
This is fascinating.
Are we talking about a joint venture here? Am I reading this correctly? Are we going to collaborate on this?
I think we already are, because you already know what's there. And I just...
Well, you know what's in Horatio's mind. You're reading it out.
Yeah.
I'm just there to make the cover look better. Although I am part of the story, I'm not actually writing anything.
No.
So I'm just getting royalties. I'm all in on this. As little work as possible, with as much maximum money at the end of it.
That's a good bargain there. I like that.
That's a good business model.
Yes.
You'd be a politician with that model.
No, don't tell him that. Don't move into the politics of Trellis. Trellis, do you think you really need to be in a higher office telling people how to live their lives and dictating their behaviors?
It doesn't sound unappealing to me, but the work to get there
Yes.
is probably more than I'm willing to put in. I just want the good stuff at the end. Free dinner reservations everywhere I go.
Yes.
Transportation, housing, lodging, and the ability to annihilate planets.
Escorts whenever you need them.
The ability to annihilate planets and other solar systems as well, obviously.
So you want the perks without the responsibility.
Exactly.
I respect that.
It's wise.
I
Case,
would.
now that we got the main course, now we know I'm a
Oh
steak.
yes.
Yes.
As
Dessert.
we work, yeah, exactly.
Oh,
You read.
dessert.
Are you? Are you reading my mind?
I am. Yes.
Are you getting stuff from my mind too?
My hair follicles are
Look at
touching
those.
you, aren't they?
Look at them twitching.
They're all moving independently too. That's.
It's like little.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's disconcerting or mesmerizing.
A little bit of both.
It hurts.
It hurts.
You've been focused on Horatio for far too long, and need to be focused more on me, because it doesn't hurt to look at me. Whereas everything you're probably getting from Horatio was overwhelming and utterly confusing. I have no doubt.
But comfortable in some ways. But comfortable, like that big pile of clothes that's like, oh, I'll just lie down on those for a little.
Ooh.
They probably smell, but I'll just lie down there for a little.
That smell stays with you. Horatio.
It's like basting. Not basting, it's marinating. You're marinating in that.
Brining.
Brining. Oh, yes, if it's wet enough, it's definitely brining. Definitely brining.
Yes. Ooh, yeah.
With all your sweat, yes, that's definitely a brine. Definitely a brine. Okay, so Case, dessert.
Yes.
Where are you moving into with me?
Shandori.
You notice I'm dropping Horatio from the dessert part of this.
Shandori cream.
Shandori cream.
Made from the liquid of both of you put together on a Taronian cake.
Ooh.
That when you cut that open, it oozes out.
Yes,
the
very much.
Deep, rich Francensian chocolate.
Oh.
Now, I feel like a little bit like Horatio is the filling, and I am the good-looking fondant holding it all together.
You are a tuile. You are a wonderful tuile
Oh.
that is made of fondant.
I was thinking that you have to fight through all of Trellis to get to the gooey, lovely, chocolatey me. That's what I was thinking of the dish.
We could brulee Trellis.
Oh, I love that idea. Brulee him, brulee away.
That would tighten up my skin for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm all
Yes.
for that.
You could
Hot.
crack it open and get straight to the gooiness on the inside.
Wait, crack it open. That sounds a little bit like dry skin to me. I don't know. They're not gonna wrinkle me up, is it?
We could, after we brulee you, we could moisten you. Then it'd just be
Okay.
wet.
Like, 'cause this skin doesn't happen on its own. Well, it kind of does.
It's beautiful.
It doesn't stay like this. There's a lot of Horatio's not aware of all the moisturizing that goes on.
Oh, I'm
And I have
aware.
to
I
go-
see you do. I smell it. All the moisturizing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I got some of the moisturizer mixed up with sauce one time, and I didn't get that aftertaste out for a long time.
Yeah, but your tongue was never so soft and young looking.
Oh no, it was. I've got compliments all the time saying your tongue is so much younger than the rest.
It's like a baby tongue. It's like a baby's tongue.
Baby tongue, yes.
Big baby stuff.
Although I couldn't taste because it had de-aged so much in that way. I my tastes were different. There are lots of things I just didn't like anymore.
Well, it's probably more concentrated because your tongue was a baby tongue.
That's true.
The taste buds were not as spread out over as large an area.
No, it was all about pureed vegetables at that point. Pap.
Now, Case, when you're doing your food stuff, when you're teaching, do you cater the meal to the being, or do you just, make the meal and make the being cater to the meal?
Ooh.
It depends. It depends. Like, if you were going to come to me and you had a specific request, of course I would honor that request. I'm not some kind of Belgian. I am an instructor of the culinary arts. Now, that said, I do not at all jeopardize my own culinary integrity. So there's a bit of both that takes place on all dishes. Some that I cater to the client, to customer, consumer, and some that I say, this is what it is. Open your mouth. It's time to, or mouths. It's time to eat.
I love that. That's a wonderful thing
What
at
would it
mealtime. Open your mouths. It's time to eat. If you had a cooking show,
Yes.
that would be a wonderful opening line for it.
Ooh. Wonderful title.
Yeah.
Long,
Horatio
very
could-
long.
Horatio could be your sampler.
Oh, yes.
On the side. He could be your sidekick, trying out everything that you cooked.
You might want to lock it up for a moment if you want the viewer to see it before I consume it.
You put
Might want to have like a little chamber in between you and me, and the food would be displayed there
Yes.
for a second.
it like a teaser.
Yes, before I consume it immediately.
Yes. Get you to salivate.
That's not
Goodness.
difficult. I've been salivating a lot during this episode, actually.
I know you're like a slip and slide.
Yes. Yes,
There we go with
indeed.
this. We're back to the slip and slide, or the slip inside. is what
Slip
you were
inside,
talking
that's
about
the
earlier.
other thing. That's that other.
Yes. We
That's
could
something
try.
used for bachelor parties.
Now, you mentioned integrity. What would it take for you to violate your integrity?
Oh, always that question with Trellis.
Trellis, you would
Me?
be the one that would make me. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
the devil on your shoulder.
or the angel who's setting me free?
Oh, I'm going to write that. That's wonderful.
I could be both. I can be both. I can be.
The devil is a fallen angel.
That's true. Very true.
My integrity is wishy-washy. I'm here with you.
Oh, okay.
Well, yes, I think that's one of the things I respect. Is that
The moment you stepped into the booth with us, your integrity took a hit. Whether or not it gets back to Ballateen or not, I don't know. But
I respect that your
Belgium, I
integrity
lost
is
an
malleable.
ear.
oh, you lost. Did we just make an ear fall off your head?
Oh no! Look at
Ear
that.
fall off.
Who should eat that? Should I eat that, or are you going to eat that?
If you're not, I'm going to eat it.
You want to share it?
Well, you
We
could
can
just.
share it.
That seems like cheating. To just reabsorb
You start on
your-
one side of the ear. I'll start on the
Okay,
other.
we'll do it. Nibble, 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 nibble.
I appreciate that. Horatio, be careful, though. You are not Ballateen, and you ate my ear, so you could die.
No.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. There's always been a chance of that, but this sounds like a more immediate. How long do I have?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna rest my thoughts on the dose makes the poison, and for the size of Horatio, I would imagine he'd have to probably eat all 12 of your ears for it to be enough to actually poison him.
Oh, yeah, no, but yeah, not die from my ears. I mean, he could,
Oh.
like, some random elephant or horse, some large horse elephant could come.
So this isn't real. That's
Oh.
Really
it's
large
just-
creature.
It's just does eating the ear just open me up more to another death, or was this going to be the death anyway, and this is just a sidetrack?
Yeah, that's like that amuse-bouche that we spoke of before. It's like wakens up your mouth. Now, it has nothing to do with your death. Probably your obesity will have something to do with that.
Oh, okay. Well, good. That's something I can deal with.
I feel like that might be the surprise ending that you were transmitting to him. Horatio being trampled.
By something larger.
Something larger than you.
Oh, that's beautiful. I mean, it's sad for
We
me.
won't give
and
away.
scary, but that is good irony.
Clues you in.
Would that be irony? Would that just be a big, like, X?
Well, if it was a piece of food, it'd be ironic, I guess.
Yes, a big piece of food that trampled on me and ate me.
Yes, exactly.
I'll work on that. I'm thinking that's a good alternate ending, if not the ending. That's a good alternate ending. It may be that there's a different ending if there's a film version, so we could save that for the film.
Ooh,
Oh, the film's always different from the book.
Yes.
Everyone knows
Yes,
this.
it's a different form of storytelling.
spoiler alert.
Oh,
What?
you're gonna spoil? What do we have? What do you have? Is there?
Some people don't know that books are different than movies.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh no, some people.
That's a spoiler. There are people that don't know that.
I would assume.
Wasn't
Somebody's-
I didn't know that. Did you know that? I didn't know that, so that would
Yes.
be count as a spoiler because
I
it's
knew
something I didn't know.
You should have been alerted.
Yes. I'll have to set up an alert on my phone or something. Irony
Well,
alerts.
Case, this has been fascinating. I don't want us to go too far and accidentally spill the ending of the book.
No.
I have to go teach a class anyway. So
Yes. So,
yes. Oh, right over
let's
there. I
get
see
with the
them
entrance.
assembling by the bar. See your
Yes,
class assembling
yes.
by the bar there.
Yeah, yes. They look hungry, so I have a feeling it's gonna be a good class.
It was
I
a little
think so,
drunk.
too.
A little
Let's
drunk.
see here. I'm gonna type this up here so let's get the entrance. Casecal Calcase.
Yep.
And it's Ballateen. Let's see. What do you got in your notes there, Horatio?
Let's see. Well, there was one. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, a consuming status. I enjoy that consuming status by eating the ears. What's another wonderful? Respect ears. Respect ears. I thought that was something that came through to me is to respect ears.
I don't know. You're kind of falling short on me today.
Oh,
You're
I am.
disappointing
Yes.
me. I just like. How about just like surprise ending?
Perfect. Spoiler. Just say spoiler alert.
It will leave them wondering what it is, and they'll come to Ballateen and sign up for your classes.
Perfect.
That's what I think.
Perfect.
All right, I'm going to type that in. Submit. Case, this has been awesome.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate it, and I appreciate that I am clearly getting more attention from more of your ears than Horatio.
Oh, you
But
have
this-
my ears now.
At the same time, here's my number if you want to call later and set up something.
Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Casecal Calcase. I have been Trellis Gardeen.
And I continue to be Horatio Zinn. Until next time, keep your towels clean, and if you're involved in a wedding on the planet Nuptua, remember that they're an all-nude affair, which eventually leads to an all-nude affair. So don't panic. Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Bob Colhan as Casecal Calcase. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
And before you go, we here at Hitchhikers and Appetizers would like to announce that we're now a featured podcast on Newsly. Newsly is an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up the most trending articles on the web on topics you choose at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time ever, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. Browse articles from topics you choose and start playing. Stop scrolling, start listening. You can follow any topic as specific as you like. From sports, tech, business, science, Bitcoin, or even the Kardashians. We here at Hitchhikers and Appetizers won't judge you. To your face, at least. Newsly will find you the latest articles and read them to you aloud. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 80 countries. As mentioned earlier, our podcast is there too. I started using it as my default podcast app. They even have digital radio. Download and use Newsly for free now from www.newsly.me or from the link in this episode's description, and use the promo code ZERS, Z-E-R-S, to receive a 1-month free premium subscription. 1 month is better than no months, I always say, and I'm Trellis Gardeen.
Shut up and sit down.